That is good banter.
Timmy! G'day, buddy.
G'day, Ivan Hocking. How on God's green earth are you?
Oh, really good, mate. Really good. I'm off to the States in when this comes out. I'm off to the States in 4 days.
Holy shit. The United States of America.
Yeah,
Bloody
that's
hell.
the one.
That's the one.
Yep.
The one and only. Is
Yep.
there any other United States? The UK would be... Oh, no, they're countries.
The United Kingdom. They're the kingdom.
Yeah.
United Kingdom.
United Emirates?
Yep. Then United Arab Emirates. Arabs.
Manchester United.
Yeah, they're United. United Airlines.
United Fuel?
Yep. They're great.
Yeah. Slow start to the app, I reckon.
Yeah. The thing is, and that's after we've had a week of stuff. We've got to record again 2 episodes tomorrow. We should have kept the United stuff for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we might have gone to our gold a bit early with that United banter. That was something else. That was, woo!
Oh, yeah, it's a hot start.
Yeah,
mate.
anyone
It is a
listening
hot
would be
start.
thinking, babe, cancel the plans for the afternoon because there's a hot episode coming up. The boys are on fire.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's tough to match last week's episode. We had some huge reviews about your trip down the Monash Freeway.
Even my wife said she laughed at that one, said she really enjoyed it. Yeah,
that her husband
that her
is
husband's
maybe special needs.
Yeah, it probably confirmed a couple of things for her that she's been wondering about for the last, over a decade, that she's been thinking, is my husband an absolute fuckwit? But after listening to that episode, she can now, it's like...
she knows.
Yeah, it's like when I got my ADHD diagnosis. It's like, okay, well, that's the reason.
It's official.
Now let's deal with it.
Things start making sense.
Yeah, that's why, he's just an idiot. That's why he fucks up so regularly, why we never see him, because he books gigs on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so...
And still no side effects from the car? The car's all sweet?
Car's fine.
Great.
Yeah, the car dodged a bullet. Didn't dodge a wheel, but dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
And, probably can't say. And still haven't seen anything online about those 2 Genos that hit the... Is that what you call it?
Yeah, Genos.
Yeah, Genos.
Are you allowed to say that anymore?
Don't
know.
know. Italian gentleman.
Yeah.
Could have been Greek. Having trouble. Do you reckon you could tell the difference between a Greek and an Italian?
I don't know. A Greek, no, it's tough. Even probably some of the language I'd probably struggle with because I'm not huge on languages.
No.
Did you learn a language at school?
French.
Okay, and how'd that work out for you?
Not great. Wouldn't say we gave the teacher the utmost respect. She, we didn't pay a lot of attention in math or English, let alone fucking French. She had no chance.
Was she
of
like a hot French teacher?
No. She was. I think she was a ringing. I question whether she'd ever been to France.
Yeah.
I reckon. Well, we're in Wodonga. I don't reckon any other teachers spoke French. She could have been teaching us any old fucking hogwash.
It is sort of weird, isn't it? Do you reckon they just look at the book and say, say croissant, croissant. Yeah, all right.
Croissant.
All right. Say it again.
Or just so we might have a visitor here. Someone coming in.
Oh, they come to check out the live app.
Our second live app.
Really
it just
got
seems
not
like
much
a
happening.
really unnecessary language. Pretty much anywhere. But in Wodonga, we weren't all sitting around with grand plans, drinking VB bloody
Thinking,
behind the goals thinking, I tell you what, when we're done, and we all got to save up and go to France.
Yeah, I want to see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that was the last thing on our mind.
No.
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 Anyway.
So,
Well, we learnt fuck all, so it hasn't been a problem.
Yeah, I was German in year 8 and year 9.
Well, that's about as... I guess there's the chance you could go over for Oktoberfest. Maybe handy to order a beer or, maybe say, no, don't dump on my chest.
Yeah.
Or
that was the first sentence.
Yeah.
Now, Don't dump on my chest.
No dump on chest.
Yeah, dump. Well, we learned dump first, and then they put it in a sentence.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Don't dump on my chest.
Okay. Because you got to. The most important word there is dump. Oh no, is don't.
Don't.
Because if you skip the don't, it's just dump on my chest.
Do dump on my chest.
Do dump on my chest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
pretty important stuff.
Anyway, so what's been happening, mate? What's been happening?
Oh, mate, the bloody the tin lids. The kids are playing footy.
Oh, mate, yeah, this was big.
This is big.
This is big.
The boys have taken the field. I didn't think it was a slow burn. They went footy mad, but now they're both playing. So Sundays are pretty full of footy. And the little fella Flenny, he's hasn't got an ounce of fucking meat on him. He is skin and bone. And
He's a greyhound, sort of.
He's a greyhound.
Yeah. Not a greyhound owner, but
not a greyhound owner.
Greyhound.
Yep, no, he's just like a greyhound. We've got to put the little muzzle on him, and he attacks kids and eats meat. But it was this Sunday. It was absolutely fucking freezing, and
it wasn't a great,
not a great day.
Great day to kick off
to
your
be playing footy at 8:30 a.m.
No,
and this was his second game. So he's whereas the older one, it was his first game this week, and he came up. And a little Flinny came up to me at half time, and he was fucking frozen. You know, you've given up. You know, you've seen a junior player given up when they put their hands inside their long sleeve.
So he's wearing the long sleeve. Are they all wearing long sleeves?
No. Well, they all wear these skin things under their short sleeve.
Okay.
And so he's sort of got his hands in there. So he's obviously got no intention of getting near the footy, and even if it does come near him, well,
just hit him in the head
because he has no hands anymore.
No.
So he's come up to me at half time. He said, "Dad, I want to come off." I goes, "Fuck this shit, mate."
Last week was all right. Yeah, there was a bit of sun. Now it's minus 5 degrees. I'm going to go to Darwin and play while they play in the summer.
Yeah.
Up there.
Oh, that they do.
In the wet season.
I think I'm becoming a fair weather player, Dad. And I said, no dramas, fair weather player.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so he said, Dad, I want to come off on the bench. And I said, mate, you can't tell the coach you want to come on the bench. It's a bad look.
Yeah, it's not great.
I said, it's a bad look.
Especially when 17 of your teammates have already asked. You've got to feel the team,
You're too late, mate.
You're too late. You've got to get in early. You want to sit on the bench.
So he's fucking gutted. Because they, at that age group, they divide the ground into thirds.
Like netball.
And they all wear these little...
bibs.
No, not bibs. Little... you'd call them like wristbands, like sweatbands.
Sweatbands.
Which there was not a sweating going on.
They were tucked up under his long sleeves.
Yeah. No, so they wear them around their sort of muscles, which he doesn't have. So where muscles,
so they fall
where
off.
your biceps would normally be, because he's got absolutely no definition, or hands, they just keep falling off.
I wouldn't be throwing stones about the no definition in the arms, mate.
Mate, surprisingly strong. Surprisingly strong.
What size shirt is that, mate? It's quite figure hugging.
Is it?
It sort of is. I sort of looked at you before and I go, you're looking pretty slim.
Well, the reason I'm wearing a shirt is because my wife, I've got a few shirts, but
you don't wear.
And I don't wear them because I fucking hate ironing things.
Oh, I haven't ironed anything.
If every morning I had shirts ironed, I reckon I'd wear shirts.
Do you reckon you could be a guy who, those people who have to wear suits to work? Could you be a suit guy?
No.
If they were ironed.
If someone did the ironing for me,
okay.
Yeah, which is highly unlikely. But anyway, so my wife, and this is getting off track from the footy, we'll get back to that. She said, I think I've solved our problems. I've bought a steamer.
Kristen's bought one of those.
Yeah.
I thought, what is this shit?
Yeah.
This is something you see on Daniel's Direct.
Oh, this is fucking...
something like this where you go, you have been sucked in here.
Yep. This is...
Have you used it?
Yeah, well, that's why I got the shirt out. And I said, look, well, let's try it. So I got the shirt out, hung it up, and what a fucking piece of shit this steamer is. Absolutely fucking useless.
As if it was ever going to work.
I could have pissed on my shirt. I would have got less. Oh, and Tam's defending it because she's paid for this fucking thing. She goes, I think it had too many wrinkles in it. And I said, that's the whole fucking idea of these things.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe you take it down to footy on a Sunday, just warm the boys up.
Oh, yeah, just
take
on the
steamer out.
Might need about a 4K extension lead, though. That's the only problem. It's the only problem.
Yeah.
Just get the runner running out, steaming their little
Steaming
hands
everyone.
and steaming the back of their legs. Fuck, they were cold. Anyway, so I said, mate, you got to stay there, mate. You can't ask the coach to come off. And he's like, oh, I'm freezing. And and the ball was never coming into his area because it was the centre was a bog. Or he's just kicked a kick in the centre, and the forwards and the backs weren't getting any action. So anyway, so he's gone through another quarter, kickless. I think he's got fucking hypothermia. He's purple. He's
Shaking.
He's collapsed.
And what's sort of the coach saying? What's the direction? But if you can't go into the other section, you can't even really warm up.
You have zero impact on the game.
Yeah.
You cannot cross a line. The action's across the line, and you cannot cross that line.
Full size ground?
No.
So they've shortened it
Oh,
up.
but it's reasonable size, but it's it doesn't matter what size it is. You can't cross the fucking line. So anyway, 3/4 time he's come in. Fuck, it was funny. I wish I had recorded it. The coach is reading out to him. He goes, Flinny, you're on the bench. And you hear this, yes.
He's got the sub vest.
It was just the time he couldn't hide his excitement. Flinny, you ever sit on the bench? Yes.
Really got his
Just
poker
fucking
face on there.
pumped his,
Yeah, great.
just pumped his. Oh, geez, he was wrapped. And they say because when they sit on the bench, they've got this big doona thing they put over him.
Nice.
Oh, the boys are in fucking heaven.
Yeah.
Bloody hot chocolates. They had marshmallows. Fucking
Jesus, fuck,
Nah.
get me on the bench. This is
bloody
good.
heaven. So bloody, they had a great time. But one thing about the kids' footy that's really pissing me off is the fucking mouth guards.
Oh, well,
Have you had?
I think they proper ones or the ones you buy from the chemist. You heat them up yourself and then you mould it to your mouth.
Good question, Evan. Good question. So I'm asking around, and it was going to be like $100 and something bucks, right? It's $120 for the for the dentist for the proper mouth guard because they're just kids ones. They don't have to be that thick. I think the adults ones are a couple of $100, but these are they're a bit thinner. And
the teeth are still moving, Tom.
well, that's my point. And I said, well, that might sound all right. Look, I've got the same mouth guard I've had since I was bloody 9. But kids, the teeth are fucking moving all over the joint. So they're only going to have them for a few months. Potentially a bloody tooth pops out or something goes on, and they've got to get a new one. I said, I'm not fucking spending $120 on something that's going to last 3/4 of a game of footy, and we're going to get the dentist out there at 3/4
especially
time.
when he's sitting on the fucking bench.
Yeah, with hypothermia. I might stop him from chattering his fucking teeth so much, though. So, can you get heated mouth guards? So I said, nah, I'm going to save that money. I'll go do it myself down the chemist.
Great.
So I've gone down the chemist, $10.
You used to be a dental technician.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So my job for 4 years was making mouth guards. So if I can't make a mouth guard, something's going wrong. So I've gone down the chemist, and I think we know where this story's going. I couldn't make these fucking mouth guards to save myself. So I've bought one. I bought a couple, one for both of them, tried them in. It says put it in boiling water. Put it in boiling water.
You forgot to boil the kettle.
No, kettle boiled, fucking happy days, put them in. And these things have just
Melted.
just sort of melted. And so I've put the kids in, they're screaming because they've got fucking 3rd-degree burns of
their gums.
the top of their mouth, and they're all blistered up. And I've sort of tried to shape them, and it's just a shit show. And I'm like, these things are fucked. Read the instructions again, and it says nearly to a boil. So it says nearly to a boil.
And don't leave them in for 3 hours.
Yeah. So I jumped the gun a bit there. So back to the chemist. So already fucking,
All right.
we're already 20 down.
All right.
And now it just I'm on my 3rd, 4th one for each kid. I cannot get these fucking things right. I'm fucking trimming them with scissors. They won't stay in.
You're knocking your kids' teeth out. You go, that'll help.
Maybe that tooth's getting away. I'll fucking knock that tooth out. Maybe if you didn't have wisdoms, fucking bang. So
got the pliers there.
poor Noah, because we got down there to the game on Sunday, and you have to have a mouth guard. I was like, sorry, buddy, you got to wear that piece of shit that I made you. And he was like,
choking.
well, it wasn't even a mouth guard. It was like just a flat bit of plastic he had in his mouth. It was, the whole game he was trying to keep this thing in his mouth. So, I don't know. Can anyone work these bloody chemist things?
Well,
Chemist
I
mouth guards?
reckon most people could. But
No,
yeah,
I don't know.
just a Tom Siegert. You've pulled another Tommy.
It just seems like hard work. So anyway, so we're about 80.
What did Tam sub in? She go, all right, Tom, you've stuffed this up. Surely Tam would be able to work it out.
No, well, she didn't want to have a go. And we've got to the point now because Tam said right from the start, let's go and get the dentist one. And I was like, nah, babe, let's save some cash. So I'm about $100 down on these pieces of shit, and we're booked in to go to the dentist tomorrow. So to get the dentist ones because I couldn't do it. So look, so if you're out there, maybe spend the extra coin because those chemist ones, they're a real piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had one of those when I was younger.
Did you have the chemist ones?
Yeah, they're all already moulded, and then you just sort of heat them up. You put them in and suck on them. You push them back so they sit.
Yeah,
up the roof of your mouth, and
you're not exactly the poster boy for dental care. So
no, yeah, you're right, mate.
Your teeth like
burnt corn,
as we say many times.
Yeah.
But so. I don't know. So we're booked in the dentist tomorrow night. That's probably going to have to refinance the house to get those. The mouth guards, then the teeth will grow the next day, and it's just everything's so fucking expensive, Evan.
It is, mate.
It is.
Cost of living. It's not good, mate. Especially when you fuck up for what are they costing you? The ones from the chemist.
Well, so they're originally $10, and they didn't work. So I said, well,
I'm stepping up.
So I got the $25 ones from the sports store. So all of a sudden, a couple of those. So that's up $50, and mate, they were no better. I fucked those up too.
Maybe give the You ever thought about getting a mouth guard for Elsie the dog so she doesn't chew everything?
That's not a bad idea.
That's pretty good.
I had a bit of a cold over the weekend, so I bought a heap of butter menthols. Got home, couldn't find them yesterday, and I went in, and Elsie was on the couch with about fucking 9 butter menthols in her mouth, just sucking away. No, she loves them. Yeah,
loves the butter menthols. Yep. They are good, the old butter menthols.
But you can't sniff anymore, and dogs love sniffing.
They love sniffing.
Yeah,
yeah.
So not great for a dog.
No.
Yeah, all right. So what do you got there, Big Dick?
Mate, well, I spent last week, Kristen had the big exam coming up. The big exam. She passed the written exam. That was a while ago. She did that. That was a few months ago.
So this is the physical.
This is the physical. So
she had to go. Physicals when you're like a police one, I think.
Yeah. So I think she's fit enough to be a doctor. She didn't have to do a physical like that.
No.
It wasn't like she was crawling through mud under ropes and jumping over logs and things like that. She's like, I'm a fucking doctor.
Yeah, if someone's got the brains and skills to be a heart surgeon, you'd hate to think they didn't let them save kids' lives because they couldn't do 50 push-ups.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, doctors, doctors are hard enough to find as it is without testing how fit they are.
Yeah, so it's not called a physical, it's a general.
It's a, what would you call it? It's a...
Practical.
Practical.
That's
Very good, Timmy. Very good.
I'm on today.
You are on today. You are. So well done, mate. So, we've she's got the practical exam at Westmead Hospital, which is a little bit out of the city, because when you say I'm going up to Sydney, what do you picture?
Oh, I think of bloody...
The Harbour Bridge.
King's Cross.
I
think of prostitutes.
All the hookers, cocaine.
Yeah, real seedy. Guys shooting up in dumpsters. Just, really selling their body for drugs.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, Kristen said...
It's not there?
We didn't want to stay in King's Cross. She
okay.
said that could throw me off because I'll be chasing you each night. Where are you, Eva? I said, I'm just down.
With a bloody syringe in my arm.
Trying to get a hooker. So she said, well, that's not what we're here for.
Smart move.
I've got the biggest exam of my life. So we stayed it was a 10-minute walk to the hospital out at Westmead. Now, Westmead is not in Sydney. It's a little bit out. It's near Parramatta.
They've got sprawling suburbs.
They do have sprawling
and
suburbs.
Some fucking horrendous suburbs at that.
Yeah, well, where we stayed, it was just a little unit.
Yep.
Airbnb.
Okay.
She said it was cheap.
Yep.
And you could fucking tell that. But it did the job. It was 2 bedrooms. I mean, we only needed the one.
Yep.
But she gets there. another story. I had to change my flight, but that's another story altogether.
Yep.
I turn up and, I've still got to work while I'm up there. So the first thing, what's one of the first things you need if you're staying in an Airbnb?
Moisturiser.
Moisturiser, yep. Well, we bought our own moisturiser.
Good.
But then you
towels.
Got towels.
Soap.
So got soap. But maybe to go with the moisturiser, well, you need a bit of bloody Wi-Fi, don't you?
Yeah, unless you've got a good imagination.
Yeah, or shitloads of data.
Yeah.
I didn't have much data left, mate. So
No,
no Wi-Fi at this Airbnb.
No.
Shit ass.
Well, fucking what is it? That's not 1987.
No.
Haven't you got roaming?
Yeah, but it's 2023. We're not in Bangladesh or something like that. I'm in fucking Westmead, mate. I need a bit of bloody Wi-Fi. That's why. So the YouTube that went up late.
My computer can go anywhere. I could be in fucking Bangladesh.
Could be.
I could be anywhere.
Yeah. So you got to use your hotspot, which that's a pain in the ass. It's no good.
I don't know how my computer works. It just always works.
Right. What laptop you got?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, so no Wi-Fi. So that's a bit of a hassle. And then
That's a hassle.
And you sort of think you try and picture where you're staying. Where are we? Because you go into a new place and you're sort of trying to get your bearings.
Yep.
And you think, where we're staying, wouldn't it be nice if we had a great view overlooking some ocean or some parks or something like that. And this is where we're staying. You look out and you're looking at a Bunnings warehouse,
Okay.
a KFC,
Colonel.
a McDonald's, and a Shell Servo.
So a good part of town, industrial-wise.
Yeah, pretty industrial, mate.
But that's, not again, but it's something you don't book it, turn up, and then hope there'll be an ocean. It's part of the booking process, I would have thought, is to try and book somewhere near the ocean or with a view. It's not something you just book and cross your fingers.
No, well, Kristen...
If they don't mention it, chances are they're not going to be like, well, let's not tell them. Let's just have a surprise when they get in. Yeah.
No, and Kristen did say she thought about maybe staying a bit more inner city near the Harbour Bridge, but she didn't want to fuck around on trains and Ubers before she went to her practical.
Well, she's not up there to party. She's not up there to sightsee. She's got a fucking job to do.
That's true. She's like, I didn't even notice Bunnings.
No.
Shithole. I didn't even notice the homeless bloke who was passed out on our fucking doorstep with a needle hanging out his arm. She didn't notice that. So, but we did on the Wednesday, because I thought she was just going to be in study mode, but she said, nah, let's go into the city.
Yep.
They said, if you don't know it by now, you sort of just got to get out. You got to relax, free the mind.
If you don't know it by now.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like, you just got to get out and sort of do something different. So she wanted to see a bit of Sydney. So we caught the train in to Central Station, down to Circular Quay. Quay. And we sort of looked. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out.
It's always beautiful.
It's just so much warmer. It's great. The Opera House, it's just glistening. I know fuck all about opera, but there's something about that house. You just go, it's magical.
It is, isn't it?
It is. It's something like...
Did you go to Wahlburgers?
What's Wahlburgers?
Mark Wahlberg's burger joint.
Oh.
It's right near the Opera House.
No. Miss the old Wahlburgers. We went to the Opera Bar, which that basically overlooks... It's underneath, and it overlooks the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So you're just like, this is amazing. But I saw something while I was... sitting down, we had a bit of a drink and thought this is nice. I
don't know if she's going about this preparation for a big exam the right way.
It wasn't like she was getting shit faced.
Okay,
but it wasn't like she's I'm having 10 bottles of champagne. She was just like just going to have a drink just to free the mind.
Okay,
free the mind. But anyway, so. Everyone's there. They've got their drinks. You got the people taking the selfies for half an hour in front of the. A lot of that. Real wank behaviour.
Yeah.
But you sort of got to do it. But I saw something. I saw a person who was walking. They had a dog.
Okay.
And
were they blind?
Yeah, they were. And hang on, fuck, where is it? So, but they had jackets on. They weren't blind.
The dogs had jackets?
The dogs didn't have jackets, but on the back of their jacket,
Yeah.
It said Seagull Patrol.
Seagull Patrol.
Yeah. So what their job was with their little border collie was if seagulls landed, they just would run up with the dog, and the dog would shoo the scare the seagulls away.
That's what kids do. You don't really need.
No,
Like-
maybe they could employ kids, like a bit of child labour.
Yeah. I mean,
Instead of
is that really a job?
that is really a job.
They're not getting
Like,
paid to do that, are they?
sure, mate.
Not much.
Here we go. Mad Dogs and Englishmen. Seagull Patrol. Here we go. Your customers can enjoy their food without constant aerial attack from seagulls with the help of Seagull Patrol from Mad Dogs and English. Apparently they've been on the morning show, but all that's not a huge
No.
recommendation. Geez, some of the shit they put on the morning show. All right, so what do you reckon? Here we go. This is their big pitch. The reasons for using Seagull Patrol. Reduce the amount of refunds due to seagulls knocking over glasses and stealing customers' food.
Oh, so that's a fucking stretch, isn't it?
I think the bar must be paying for Seagull Patrol.
So that's insane.
That is fucking ridiculous. I'm all for creating jobs. Like when the Prime Minister goes, we need to create more jobs.
Yeah.
This is one of those jobs where
This
this is
isn't
fucking ridiculous.
This isn't the industry that's going to save the country. I don't think.
I
This
don't
is-
think so, mate.
Like, what would you prefer? A couple of seagulls fighting over a chip, or a fucking rank dog licking its balls and taking a shit while you're
Taking a
trying to
shit while you're having a
eat
cocktail.
your bloody
and-
T-bone?
Yeah.
It's, fuck, give me the dirty stinking seagulls any day.
Yeah, all right, mate. But, mate, there's still more reasons why you need Seagull Patrol.
Well, that was enough for me.
Oh, well, increase revenue. Ornithophobia is a fear of birds and is something 1% of the population suffer from, and the 16th biggest phobia on the planet. Imagine that one person in 100 not bringing their family to your restaurant. We get people telling us right through the day how grateful they are that we are there and how scared they are of birds.
Ugh.
What a fuck stick.
I bet
The person who owns it?
is a fuck stick.
Yes.
No, I bet the fear of birds is number 16. I bet dogs is like 11.
I reckon dogs is not great. Some people are shit scared of dogs.
Oh, fucking
Oh.
And this is, if you got a dog around, something about Asians, they bloody are terrified of dogs.
Oh, they hate
If
dogs.
you've got a dog off a lead and there's an Asian, they will shit their little pants.
Yeah, that's why they cook them so much, isn't it? The dogs.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because they don't like them.
I don't know. Well, maybe that's why they're thinking, like, is this revenge?
Yeah.
Is
What are we
this-
putting in these dimmies?
Is this one?
Get the dog
Is
in
this
there.
dog running at me? The mad uncle of that fucking border collie we cooked up last week. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
Um,
all right, mate. It's all good.
So
Here
no,
we
we're
go.
just having a laugh.
No, it's good. We're all having a laugh, mate. It's
No, we
all
went
good.
to a Chinese restaurant because we used to go a bit for work, and dogs fucking everywhere in China, like and just
Oh, yeah,
just
just
roaming the streets,
rank
like
ones.
not pets, like ones with big gross nipples and
yeah,
just
like
the real gross
the ones with like they got like 35 nipples hanging off.
yeah,
Like,
and their nipples are dragging along the
dragging along the street.
oh yeah, and then what with
They've
the
got
tumor on its head, and a
tumours. They're
fucking
missing like
leg and a
legs.
massive pussy testicle, and I said to my boss, well, I said, do you reckon they would
Eat that.
like eat that? And he said, I've no doubt that we've eaten dog in our time here.
Okay.
But that might sound offensive, but mate, to me that's hats off to them because
Good, mate. If you can eat that.
they can make anything taste good.
Yeah.
Just their use of spices is second to none,
Oh, it's beautiful. That's
except
why-
behind the Indians.
Oh, they're great spices.
Right,
Great
they
spices.
could jazz up a human shit. The Indians,
Oh, mate, it'd come out the same way. It's good.
exactly the same. So,
Beautiful.
any more reasons? Not
Yeah,
that we need
novelty
any?
value, mate. Here we go.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
number 3. People love seeing the dogs at work, and
Yeah.
we can't get 5 minutes without people coming up to ask us about the dogs or take a photo. I'll be honest, I was there for 45 minutes. Not fucking one person was speaking to these fucksticks. Anyway, also, while the seagulls are away, we are happy for the public to give them a pat.
Oh, what a bonus!
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, let me touch your dog. At the Opera House, because that's where it was, Opera Bar. At the Opera House, they have numerous attempts to scare the birds away. including mechanical hawks and food covers. Nothing worked until Mad Dogs and Englishmen arrived with muffin and taser.
Jesus.
Is this the biggest wank of a job?
Can we get a... what sort of prices you reckon you're looking at an hour?
I sort of looked at it. I think, should I get a quote?
Wouldn't mind getting a quote.
Yeah.
Maybe get them down the MCG. You know, they've got the Seagulls, the MCG.
Seagulls there.
That's a real problem sometimes. Imagine.
Maybe get them in the Collingwood cheer squad. So they just rip in there. Get a few pit bulls in there, not border collies.
Why there?
I don't know. We were talking about the Collingwood cheer squad. They're a bit feral in there, mate.
They're not birds, though.
No, true.
True. Well, that's a pretty... Well, I hope they're doing all right as a business. You always got to think outside the square, but that's pretty shit.
Yeah, like I said, I was there for 45 minutes. I reckon they shoot away maybe two seagulls.
Would you say the dogs are trained? You know when you see a sheepdog and it gets them all together and says and matches them all up and says, you know, Jenny and Gary, you
get in there.
You know,
they circle them,
like a good couple, and they're clearly, and it's impressive. And you're like, fuck me, these dogs are trained. Were these dogs trained?
Well, they were on a lead, so it wasn't like they had to really do much.
So they're on a lead?
They were on a lead. It wasn't like they're just roaming free.
So these guys are basically walking dogs through seagulls?
Yeah. And literally, like, there's no seagulls. They're just literally walking a dog around. It's like just ridiculous. But anyway, that's a weird one. But, Kristen did the exam and, as usual, not too confident. She's sort of... because I did go for a bit of a walk the day of the exam. And that's the thing when you stay at a place. Like where we were in Sydney, where we were staying, as I said, it wasn't fantastic. But sometimes you got to get outside the square. So I went for a bit of a walk.
Could be a little hidden treasure just around the corner.
Mate, there was a hidden treasure. Like at Parramatta Oval, there was some beautiful parkland.
Oh, nice.
I was down there. I found a footy at an oval. I had a few shots on goal. And
Aussie rules footy or rugby?
Yeah, no, Aussie rules football.
Ooh, that's a needle in a haystack in bloody up in New South Wales.
Beautiful ground. Almost ripped me hamstring off the bones.
Okay.
Don't know if I'll be saddling up to play a game anytime soon.
Parramatta Oval, the league?
Yeah, the league. Yeah. So I did that, and then I get a call from Kristen. Because they get a break in the middle.
Yep.
And she's in tears. She's pretty much in tears. She's like, that went horribly. They got to examine the kids and that. She goes, that didn't go good. I've got an hour for lunch. Can you come and just console me? So I had to piss, but I was about 20 minutes away. I probably shouldn't have gone so far away.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have gone for kicking the footy down the park.
No. So I ran back, tied her down from the noose that she was about to hang herself from, and I said, babe, it's all good. You got to recover.
Nothing's as bad as it seems.
Nothing's as bad as it seems.
Nothing's as good as it seems either. So
no. And I think a lot of the time, like when it comes to say your partner, or you don't have to do it. You just got to be there. You just got to be there to comfort them. So I was sort of there, and she just
you don't need to say anything.
You don't need to say anything. I didn't know what to say. I said, I'm sure it didn't go that bad. She goes, it was horrible. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Yeah, so, but we'll see how we go. But it was all good. Back from
she'll
Sydney.
be fine.
She'll be fine.
She's a smart woman.
Yep.
She makes mistakes, clearly. But but she's, in general,
she's good.
She's a smart woman.
Yeah, so.
Good luck.
Yep, good luck. So, yeah, what else you got?
Mate, what have I got?
There,
a couple of saw had a gig at Woodside Footy Club.
Where's that?
Fucked if I know. It's sort of near Terrelgan-ish.
Yep.
That way, but real
Woodside.
Yeah, Woodside, real farming community. And anyway, it's I did a gig there about 5 years ago, and it was hands down the shittest change rooms I've ever seen in my life. This joint was fucked. And anyway, but they've had the Renault, so it was looking good. It was their big reverse draw. They were the winners of that jacket competition.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And so they were sort of wondering what to do with the jackets. And they came up with the idea that they got each one engraved on the back. So each one was an individual.
Personalised.
Not personalised, but just there was 1, 2, 3. So
great.
Through to 10. So there's only 10 of these jackets. And I thought, what can we maximise the jackets, and they said, well, let's have a raffle to win 2, and let's auction the other 8. And they said, Tom, can you auction them? And I said, okay. So I've done a few auctions in my time.
Yeah,
done a few
good.
auctions. Not great. Not great. You think you're all right, and then you see an actual auctioneer, and you think,
Well, but then, like I said, I did a Sporties Day the other day, a few weeks ago at Werribee Centrals, and they had like real estate agents auctioning football jumpers, and they're acting like it's a fucking $1 million property. Like, all right, all right, $200, $200, sir.
Yeah.
And he's selling it like a fucking house.
Gross,
I said, mate, you're dressed like he was wearing brown shoes. He had no socks on. He had his, that look where he had his suit pants up to his shins. And he had the
real
slicked
estate
hair.
agents.
I go, mate, you've probably never even touched a football. And it's a football jumper. It's not $1 million property in, Essendon. Just sell it. Like, they didn't read the room.
No, you got to read the room.
That's it.
The room.
Yes.
So if you desperately wanted one, here's a question for you.
All right.
If you desperately wanted one of these jackets, and there were probably 100 people in the room.
Yeah, I don't know how desperate I'd be for a jacket.
But
it's good price though.
They actually look pretty cool because their colours are blue and white. So it's going to be a nice jacket. So if you desperately want a jacket, there's only 8 going to be auctioned. Would you try and buy the first one, or would you want to wait until the last one?
Well, it's sort of it's a tough one.
It's a tough question because you've got to make that decision.
Yeah, because you don't want to be like going $300 for the first one, and then by the end it's like $5. Who wants one of these?
Yeah,
things?
which by rights should happen, because if everyone's given 100% for the first one,
yep,
and it's sold for $300, there should really the next best shouldn't have $300. It should be like $280, and it would just go down the line.
Yeah. So I'm thinking you probably want to hold off. I reckon, hold off to the end, and if you really want it, or maybe even go, hey Tommy, fucking forget about this, mate. I'll give you $100.
Yep. Okay, well, there was none of that shit going on. So I've auctioned. The club's getting all the money. They've got these jackets. They've won these jackets. So 100% profit. Going for the first one, $320.
Ooh, that's an expensive jacket.
That's an expensive jacket.
What are they? Are they?
They're leather.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh no, leather sleeves. The old bomber jackets.
Yeah. Beautiful.
They're pretty cool, embroidered.
Yeah.
And from Big Dog. Big Dog clothing.
Big Dog.
So and anyway, and I'm thinking, all right, everyone else is going to get a bargain. Next one went for $280.
Okay, that's not bad. It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Next one, $280.
All right.
And then it's like
Hang on.
there was a shift in the room.
Maybe someone put one on. They go, fuck, Robbo looks cool in that jacket.
Well, they weren't actually there.
Oh.
Because you had to get... And I said, well, why aren't they here? And someone made a very good point that they had to get the sizes of people.
That's true.
I said, that's an excellent point.
That's a great point.
So, and all of a sudden there was a shift. And it was like, hang on. I thought was only 8. Because the other, there's 10.
Okay.
But 2 of them are a raffle.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, the next one's gone for $400.
Ooh, big dog.
And all of a sudden, there's it's
a bit of a buzz in the room.
The last 4 went for $700.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I reckon there's a few farmers making a bit too much coin down old Woodside, mate.
Oh, there's...
Could you imagine wearing a $700... Imagine rocking home and the missus... I paid $700 for a big dog. Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. Oh, then
Woodside.
Well, the guy that bought one for $280 at the start, he was at the start. He was going. You could just see him. He's going, "What have I fucking done? $280 for a jacket, mate." By the end, he was the fucking happiest guy on the planet. He's going, "Mate,
I got a bargain."
Yeah, he got an absolute bargain. So the club's made a fucking fortune out of these things, and then they did the raffle. They were smart enough to do the raffle, and all of a sudden, everyone thought, "Well, this is our only chance." So everyone was bloody. The amount of people that wanted these jackets.
Yeah, and you could probably almost ring Big Dog and go, mate, can you do another Woodside for like 150?
Well,
mate, they're only valued at 20.
Well, mate, that's what I said. I said to him, mate, these guys are going to be pissed off when you start bringing them in for 120. And he goes, mate, I know that sounds like that's knee-jerk reaction, but what we're going to do is release 10 every year. So they're like limited edition. What a great idea.
Great idea.
Great idea.
Great idea.
So, anyway, so as I've walked into the room at Woodside, a piss bloke's walked up to me and goes, "Oh, Tommy, you remember me from last time?" I'm like, yeah, buddy. No fucking idea. Couldn't remember him. Yeah, how you going, champion? And and he's going, "Mate, unlike last time, you're not the biggest celebrity in the room."
Ooh.
And I said, "Sorry?" And they go, "There's a guy here that's probably a girl, much bigger celebrities than you."
Ooh, who is it? Is it someone off the block? Someone off
Close.
Love Island.
Close.
Farmer wants a wife.
Ding, 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 ding. And he goes, mate, I got he goes, and he looked at me he looked at me and goes, "Mate, Farmer Bailey's here." And he looked at me like he's just told me, like fucking Michael Jordan's here, mate.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Mate, who the fuck is Farmer
Bailey?
And he goes, "Mate, he's the guy that bloody, he got his wife, mate. His wife's here too."
Oh, Farmer Wants a Wife. I haven't watched the fucking episode,
so,
mate.
I didn't know that show had been on for the last fucking decade, mate. And I don't think it has. I think they've just been running a series here to make fucking Farmer Bailey think he's important.
Yeah.
Mate, you should have seen Farmer Bailey. Ripping bloke. But fuck, he was walking around like he owned the fucking joint.
Yeah, I reckon he might have. Yeah, they do. Those reality TV stars. It's amazing what people get sucked in for, isn't it? Sucked into, like.
Yeah. But I had a good chat with him. She was a ripper too. I can't remember her name.
Where was she from? So Farmer Bailey, what's he farming? Apart from his ego at this stage.
That's about it. And it's having a fucking bumper season, I tell you what.
He's going good. He bought 10 of those. He bought 5 of those jackets. He's going that good.
Oh, mate, he's bloody hell. Well, he's going to start killing cows, making his own fucking jackets.
Yeah.
You only make the sleeves though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's it.
So,
what's Farmer Bailey doing?
I don't know what he's doing, but I had a chat with him. I'll be honest, he was pretty pissed off, Farmer Bailey. He was, and his missus might have been thinking, you know what? I think I might have married a fucking alcoholic. No, she was.
And I've got to live in fucking Woodside.
Mate, she was a ripper. She was up and about. She loved it.
So was her backstory?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
We had a great chat.
Oh, we're close.
I was mainly talking about myself, to be honest.
Well, fuck you, Farmer Bailey. Mate, how many followers do you have on Facebook?
Yeah, well, she had about 500,000. So, so anyway, but they had an interesting, because what she said is, I said, it's probably one of the few reality shows that's still got a bit of credibility. And I haven't seen the
talking line through your fucking teeth.
Oh, mate, I haven't fucking seen the show. Like, no idea, absolutely no idea. But they're like, "Oh yeah, thank you very much." And no, I think it does. It's not Big Brother. It's not Love Island.
Feels like. And what was the vibe of their relationship? Was it
they were love.
Okay, they were in love.
Rubber glove. In love. Rubber glove in love. And and he said, yeah, right from the very first day, we just gelled. There was a connection.
Great.
We were bloody, it was love. And
tight.
And tight. And so they went and
well, he probably hadn't seen it. What's happening? He's probably sick of just, the same girls getting around Woodside. Done her, related to her.
Mate, I don't even think he was doing that. I think he was, sucking on cows' nipples. That's where he was at.
Yeah, okay.
When he wasn't even a dairy farmer, just like down the jumping the neighbour's fence.
Brutus, bring it in.
He's a So anyway, so he's so he said that rubber glove in love right from the start. So he's told the producers, and he said we pretty much made up our mind, and they're like, well.
We've got to create some controversy.
We've pumped millions into this. We're not going to have a 30-minute episode where you just fall in love with the first girl you see.
Yeah, you got 9 girls.
So they played it out, and she was really good about it. But she said they sort of made her out to be a villain.
Ooh.
And so they said they made up this backstory that she wanted to go overseas, and she was just with Farmer bloody what's his name? And Farmer Bailey.
Bailey.
Oh no, it's not Bailey. I'm half reading. I wrote Bailey Fritz down there as well. Farmer.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good chat.
Farmer Brent. Farmer Brent was his name. We'll put the. I got a photo. I'll put it up on the socials.
Ooh, great.
So they made up this backstory that she wanted Farmer Brent's money, and everyone online hated it. But she was just this girl.
Oh, so they've turned it. Yeah, that's no good.
No.
Poor old Farmer Brent's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a legitimate marriage? Are they legitimately married?
No.
No.
Fuck no. She could walk in any
Commitment
second.
ceremony? No.
I think that's something.
Yeah,
different one.
that's a different one.
But what she did say, I don't know whether I could probably say this on the pod, but
So there we go.
she because they found out quite a while before, so they've been nested up for a couple of months, but it's delayed, and she was going to play because she'd moved to town and she was going to play on the netball team. She goes all right on the courts.
Ooh, well done.
And but the TV show said, "Oh, we can't have you fucking run around the netball court. Everyone's going to know that you're
shacked up with Farmer Brent."
Yeah, because by chance one of the 3 people that actually watch the show might play for the other netball team.
Do they have to? They should have just sent her overseas. Go on, she's a bitch.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a bad idea. But anyway, so they knew, but because the show was still running, the fucking the bets are still running. So everyone at the club loaded up.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Can you say that?
No, probably not. But
so how does? Yeah, there's got to be some grey area there. Is it
they have a limit. It's not like you can't put $1 million on it.
So you can only put one like Woodside bomber jacket on it.
Yeah, which is just under $1 million.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a $50 maximum.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously you can get a few people to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's.
But of course, no one took the bet.
No, of course not. No.
No, so
no one took the bet.
Yeah, but that's where money could be made. Those, when there's betting on.
Well, everyone always knows something.
Someone
like
knows.
Say there's non-disclosure agreements. Like how many times you sign that? And you go, fuck. Hey, Brent, how'd you go? Are you shacking up with what's her name? Yeah, fuck, I am, mate. Load up.
Oh yeah, get a couple of beers into the boys. Yeah, try keeping that secret. There was a guy there on the night called there's a chance of me remembering this is pretty slim. Stocky was his name. Stocky was blind. Stocky was celebrating because Stocky was apparently the first bloke in like a decade to pick up at the Woodside pub.
Jesus.
You just don't pick up there. It's just
I could imagine
because it's all just blokes or the partners. It's not a great singles scene.
Yeah, imagine a woman going into one of those pubs. You'd feel like just a piece of meat.
You'd feel like a seagull.
You'd feel like
a seagull down a bloody circular quay.
Yeah, with
one
all
of
the
those
border collies coming out.
Yeah, be bloody awful.
Seagull patrol.
Yeah, with the pits. You wouldn't come back.
No,
which is the whole idea of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were talking about putting a bronze statue of him out the front of the pub.
Geez.
So good on you, Stocky. He was pretty pumped. He had a real spring in his step.
Yeah, great.
I think it'd been just as long since he'd picked up too.
Big Stocky. How old was he? How old was Stocky?
At a guess, 28.
28. Nice. That's
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him. The Woodside. That's good times. Yeah, we'll get the photo of Farmer Brent.
This is a guy won the raffle, and I thought it was Stocky, and I went up and I said, mate, you've had a fucking good day. And he goes, do you think I'm Stocky? I said, and I looked over, and Stocky was standing at the bar. I feel like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, man. I just thought, you just look like you're having a good day.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a great comment. I said, geez, you've had a good day, mate. Do you think I'm Stocky?
You'd be the worst person if you actually witnessed. Like, could you, those blokes who fell out of the car last week, could you pick them out of a lineup now?
Not a hope in hell.
Yeah.
I could pick myself out. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I go, who the fuck's that bloke?
Who's that guy?
He's what happened to his ear? Where's his ear gone?
He's been sleeping on it.
Yeah.
So, good stuff, mate.
How long have we been
Good
going
stuff,
for?
mate. We've been going for a while. We're sort of we're hitting the skids a bit.
Yeah, it's sort of.
That's all right.
It's been a.
Yeah.
I think just the highs of last week.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down.
I know. Well, you're never going to see that all the time.
No, it's driving around the streets.
You're just trying to find.
Driving through
some people
areas with lots of Italians and up and down Lygon. Nothing.
Fucking
just
nothing. Lebos getting around. Yeah. It's Yeah. So anyway, but mate, this is what I'm going to do here. I just want to. It's a bit of a sad thing, but I want to make it turn it into a bit of a laugh, bit of a positive. My good mate Shorebet, Scotty Hewitt, who he came over for the wedding. I first met Scotty Shorebet. Great.
Is that his real name?
His name Scott Hewitt. Scott Hewitt's his real. Shorebet is his nickname that we gave him in Port Douglas.
It does sound like
it flows, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it also sounds like a betting agency.
Yeah, well, what happened? He actually used to without ruining the story. Unfortunately, Scotty passed away over the weekend, which I think, in a way, he'd been battling for a while. Been in hospital since October. He came to the wedding. It was amazing that he made it over from Thailand to get to the wedding in July. He's a bit crook then, and he'd been in hospital since October, and I think now it's just finally good that he's out of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got the nickname Shorebet because he's a jockey manager.
Yep.
So he had, I'm not right into the horses. You're not either, really. But he had...
No,
he had Andrew...
The nickname's horse.
Yeah.
Sarcastic, though.
No, good. Andrew Mallion, who was, I think, not a bad jockey. Troy Turner, who's based over in Perth. So, but Shorebet, he used to go on the Saturday morning sports show.
Oh, okay.
On in Port Douglas.
He's got a bit of charisma.
He's got, mate. He's one of these blokes where you talk about you can't remember a name.
Yep.
He remembers every name.
Oh, fuck! It's
he would
impressive
meet you
trait.
once. You know what he did? You know what he does? He goes. So I'll go. I think we might have spoken about this a while ago about trying to remember names. You're like,
Yep.
Sorry, Tom, is it? Tom? Great to meet you, Tom. No worries, Tom. So he'd say it a few times, and he fucking never forgot. And just,
Jeez, it's impressive when people do.
oh, mate, and it makes you seem like if you could remember names,
I'd
it
be a
would make you
different person.
seem like so much better bloke. They go, oh, how's Tommy? What a memory! I can't believe he remembered me. But now they're sort of walking away going, Tommy didn't remember me fucking name.
Yeah, I went to.
I mean nothing to him.
I live with that guy.
I'm his brother.
I'm his son. He just called me Flynn.
Yeah.
I'm Noah.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
every Saturday morning, Scotty would give his the bet of the week, and usually never got up. But so Shorebet stuck. But
Great memory, shit punter.
great memory, shit punter. Yeah. So, but one funny story about Shorebet. This was before I met him. That because he used to hang around the tracks, and used to do a bit of punting himself. But one day. Because he was driving limos for a while. He was like a driver.
He's got his finger in a couple of pies.
Well, I'll tell you why he had to start driving fucking limos. So blokes come up to him. I don't know what races they were, but he said, "Oh, mate,
Maybe Hispanic.
Hispanic races. They were the horse races.
Oh,
they were the horse races. Yeah.
Okay.
He said, "Mate, I've got $300, but for some reason he couldn't put it on." This bloke. So he said, "Oh, Scotty, can you put this bet on? Put it on this horse." And
There's usually a reason why someone can't put a bet on.
yeah, maybe they're, I don't know.
It's not like because they can't reach or they can't find the way to the betting rink. It's normally something a bit more
Something
legal,
going on.
a legal reason.
Yeah, maybe. Because, "Oh, Scotty, can you put this bet on? $300, put it on this horse."
Yep.
Scotty looked at it and goes, fuck. It's fucking got no hope. He said, it's run 32 races. It's done fuck all. It's not going to win. So he didn't put the bet on.
Okay.
Bang! They're out of the gates. Say this horse is called Siegert's Scrotum.
Okay.
Siegert Scrotum's going all right. Siegert Scrotum.
Great name for a
Great
horse.
name for a horse. Siegert Scrotum's coming around the bend. Shorebet's like, mate.
Siegert Scrotum wouldn't be a racehorse. It'd be one of those ones, big hairy ones. You know, the hairy horses. Clydesdale.
Big Clydesdale.
Big, slow. Siegert, hairy
big
Siegert Scrotum.
Siegert Scrotum. So Siegert Scrotum's, it's going all right, but Shorebet's like, fuck, it won't win. It's just going to die in the ass. Anyway, gets ready to the final 100 and bang, runs across the line. Siegert Scrotum gets up.
Oh.
And And Scotty, the bloke comes over and Siegert scrotum. He goes, oh, mate.
Good news, the bad news.
Yeah, good news or the bad news. Mate, I held the bet. He goes, what the fuck? You held the bet? Are you fucking kidding me?
So what was it paying?
Well, he owed him 30 grand.
Jesus.
Yeah, whatever. Whether it worked out, it was about 30 grand. He goes, all right, how are we going to work this out? He said, well, I'm sure after a few discussions, he said the bloke obviously owns a few limos. He said, mate, drive limos for free for a year. We'll call it even.
Oh, fuck.
Call it even. Shorebed said, when he told me the story, he goes, the fucking prick of a fucking thing. It hadn't won a race in 32 starts. It went on to race. It went in about 85 races. It won one.
Fuck.
The fucking one he held the bet on. Fuck
It must happen.
me.
I was, and this is definitely not saying names here, but
Yeah.
I was up in Darwin once, sitting by the pool, infinity pool, fucking sunbaking with some fairly heavy dudes. And they're sort of like it's a Saturday, the races are on, and they're on the phone. I'm listening, and they're not trying to be quiet or anything, and they're on the phone, and who's that horse that didn't lose?
Mackaybe? No.
No,
Fuck.
yeah,
I know.
Colour? It wore purple, did it? Blue?
Oh, what
Did it
was
wear
it?
blue?
I think I know the one you're talking about. But clearly, this is why I hate doing. You can see when I do sporting days with horse trainers and that. I literally, if someone emailed me a set of questions saying, they could email whatever, and I'd just be reading it, and the horse trainer would be going, "You're a fucking idiot, mate. I know nothing." About horses.
And absolutely nothing. Every listener at home would know the answer to this.
Yeah.
It was a sort of a sprinter sort of
Yeah.
Far lap.
Yeah, that's the one. That's Big Heart.
Big Heart.
Big Heart.
Anyway, so he's on the phone and someone's rung him and he's got this thing on loudspeaker and I'm sitting next to him so I can hear and I'm chatting with the guy and this guy's rung him and said, "Can you put
Winks?" Was it Winks?
I reckon it was Winks.
Winks?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it was Winks? Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Doesn't sound that right.
No, it's up there.
Winks.
It won like 35 undefeated or something.
Yeah.
Winks? I don't know.
Big D, this could be your easiest.
Big D hit us. I can't find the message, but he's back, Big D.
Oh, thank
in
God.
a big way.
We've been big D-less lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he said, similar story, and he said, "Mate, can you put?" It was fucking fair bit of money. It was. I think it was about $5,000 on a horse to beat.
This might have been $3,000 that he gave him because you wouldn't give someone $300. It might have been $3,000. He held the bet, and you owed him $30,000.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, this was about $5,000, and it was for a horse to beat Winks. Call it Winks.
Call it Siegert scrotum.
And anyway, so the race was on in a minute and a half. And anyway, so he's going, "Yeah, no worries, mate," and he's just popped it down. This bloke's just sat back, and I've just said to him, "Are you chucking that money on?" And he goes, "Nah." And I said, "You're not?" And he goes, "Oh, mate." And we've been chatting all day, and he goes, "Mate, when things like this happen, I guess it's like a form of gambling. So I'm now gambling. So
gambling that it loses.
Yeah. So if it's if it loses, and he goes, "Mate, it's not going to win. There's no chance." And I'm just going to get the guys $5,000. I said, "Well, what happens if it does get up?" And he goes, "Oh, mate, I'm fucked." And because this was fucking it was a lot. And anyway, so we've put the little horse races on the little thing, and he was watching it like he was watching
Farmer Wants a Wife.
Farmer Wants a Wife. His stress levels weren't going through the roof, and I was fucking sweating.
You were sweating.
It was 100% humidity, but sure enough, Sphincter got up and
It won.
Winks won.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, Winks
so
won.
the old mate didn't know.
Yes, he got his $5,000, and
Great.
it was no issues. But he said he does it quite a lot because people from the industry that can't bet.
Yeah.
And mate, that industry is so fucking dodgy.
Oh, mate, it's.
We are not. Well, that might even be worse than us fucking over the Banditos. I reckon if we start fucking over the
horse racing
industry, as far as we could get knocked off.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to shit can the greyhound industry.
I reckon we could take on the greyhound industry.
Someone hit us up on the Instagram last week saying, because you've shit canned heaps normal, saying that because Mid-Flight Brawl with Nick Cody and Luke Heggie, check them out. They're sponsored by Heaps Normal.
Who's Heaps Normal?
It's the non-alcoholic beer that I had. Yes, you've shit canned it.
Oh, fucking don't listen to that podcast if they're bloody sponsored. Those two would never have fucking touched that shit. Cody's a fucking alcoholic.
There's always a little when they're on the podcast. But we're not really engrossing ourselves with anyone coming on to shit can everything.
Oh, mate, mind you, if they want to sponsor us,
I'll drink it.
Bloody more than that.
I like it. So, Shorebet.
Sorry, back on.
But Shorebet, just a ripping guy. First met him when I went to Port, and I'll just share a few other funny stories because he kept his sense of humour up right to the end. But one time, my little mate Jezza, he lived with me little mate Jezza up in Port Douglas.
Yeah.
Who mentioned Jezza was mentioned a bit of a close talker when he's pissed. He's up in your grill.
He's a fucking lunatic.
He's a fucking lunatic. But they came home one night pissed. Been out in town.
Yeah.
And they sort of Shorebet always stirs Jezza up. Always pushes his buttons.
Yep.
Shorebet doesn't give a fuck. Nothing stresses Shorebet. Just laid back, chilled out, relaxed. He's one of the most laid back blokes you'll ever meet. And,
the polar opposite to Jez. Jez
that's
is
right.
Like a bull at a gate.
Yeah, so I don't know. Shorebet stirred him up, and they've got out of the cab, and he goes, "You want to go? Shorebet? You're pushing me buttons. You fucking want to go?" And Shorebet's eating this pie. Like, settle down, Jez. Settle down, you little jockey or whatever. He always stirs him up because Jez is a small bloke.
Yep.
And Shorebet's eating a pie, and Jez goes, fuck you. Fuck you. He grabs Shorebet's pie, fucking throws it on the roof. Shorebet just looks up at the pie on the roof, reaches into his pocket, pulls out another one.
Got to have a backup pie.
He's got a backup pie.
Jez.
And Jezza just fucking laughs and goes, "Oh, you're fucking too good for me, you fucking prick." But right at the end,
Always prepared.
Always prepared. I think one other night they came home and they were fucking blueing. And it was a real love-hate relationship. It was all from a place of love.
Came from the right place.
And they're fucking wrestling. And they've wrestled over the couch. And Jez is like, fuck you. And Shorebet's just gone, dropped his fucking guts. Jez has just pissed himself, and you just can't be mad. There would be no one in the world would have a bad word to say about the great Shorebet, apart from when he held the bet. But
well, even that, I think, he made up for it.
Yeah, so
a year driving limos for nothing.
Oh yeah,
fuck,
that's it.
What a shit year.
That's a tough one. Like, because you'd have a shift and you go, "Oh, can't wait to get paid."
That's right.
That's right.
I fucked up.
Yeah, but right near the end, a few days before he passed over the weekend, he sort of got to the point where he couldn't really keep. He sort of hunched in the chair in palliative care there, and Jezza was there. He was holding his hand, and he just goes, sort of nodding his head down, just.
So he couldn't even lay down.
Oh, he was sort of laying down, but it was just he'd prefer being in the chair and stuff like that. So, but he just goes head down, sort of eyes closed, and goes, Jez is there holding his hand. He goes, "You've been a good friend, mate. You've been a good friend all these years." And he sort of looked up at Jez, opened his eyes, and goes, "You little fucker," and then put his head back down. And Jez said it was a great moment. It was a great moment. So just Shorebet, you're a fucking champion, mate. And you had a bloody You had some fun, mate. You had some fun over the journey. So here's to him.
Here's to Sure Bet.
Yeah. So
And so all the boys are catching up later on.
yeah. So they caught up Sunday. We had a few beers with a few different people and his sister. Because I was stressing because I'm going to the States. I'm like, fuck, shit time. And I got in to see him a few times before he went, and then he goes, the fucking funeral, I'm going to miss that. Because we're over in the States, but his sister Juz, went down the Rising Sun Sunday, and she said, "Oh, you're still bloody bossing me round right to the end, bossing me round." And she looked at me and said, "Oh, something to do with you as well." I go, "Oh God, what's that?" She said, "Oh, he's not having a funeral. He's having like a celebration."
Yep.
Celebration of life. So it's not your chaplain and all that kind of stuff. It's more just let's get there, let's have a party, let's have some fun. And he goes, "Mate," and he said, "Oh, can you get?" He asked his sister, "Juz, can you get? I want Budsy to MC it." So got a bit of work to do, and hopefully we can, do him justice. And we'll have a bit of fun when I get back from the States.
Yeah,
So,
if the price is right, of course.
That's what Jezza goes. It's not a paid gig, mate. I said, I don't give a fuck. There's going to be a crowd there,
There'll be
mate.
a crowd,
so
make sure
more than my festival show.
Might get some reels for Insta.
Yeah, that's it. So the Sure Bet, good on you, mate. Love you, buddy.
Sorry to hear that, Ivan, but it sounds like it was. He wasn't great at the end, so.
Yeah, so he's out of pain, and we need something to. All right, let's bring this back up.
Well, I don't think we're going to bring it back up now, are we? Let's.
No, so thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for all. It's so we're got a big day tomorrow.
We do. We've got to crank out a couple.
So when are we going to put our the festival one up?
I reckon maybe next week.
That could be big. That's must see TV.
Yeah, so that'll go up on the YouTube and on the audio. So that's the live app. An hour of live stuff.
Would the audio do it justice?
Probably not.
Because we do that. We act out how we shit and wipe our ass. That's you sort of got to see that.
You got to see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe give it a listen and then jump on the tube.
Yeah, and because last week got a bit all over the joint with me going late to Sydney and going into the hospital and all that. We were going to do some Patreon episodes. I don't know if we're going to have it. We might be able to get something done yet tomorrow, maybe, before I go. But
so how many episodes we could do tomorrow?
We could do 2.
And Game 7's on tomorrow too, so we're going to have to watch a bit of that.
Yeah, so if for some reason we don't get a Patreon episode, hang tight. Everyone who is on the Patreon, we'll get some more stuff up there when I get back from the States.
Yeah, Evan will get you something from America.
I'll get you
some nice kicks or something.
Yeah, I'll get you some Jordans.
Or some giant David Robinsons. Some knee-high David Robinsons.
He looked ridiculous. Yeah. But jump on the Instagram. Get on the YouTube, give us a rating, give us a review. Thanks for listening, and that's an episode of Good Banter.